MLSP. This is Roxana Hanna. Excited to be sitting here next to, virtually sitting here next to April Marie Tucker. She is July's Member of the Month. April, how are you?
I'm doing awesome, Roxana. I just had Skype bleeping at me. I had to X that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm so excited to be here. It's just been really crazy. Now I should have shut this off. I'm sorry. You want to start over? Can we start over?
um, Congratulations, by the way. Congratulations. Tell us about the joys of being able to work from home full time.
Well, the joys are, this was actually for me, my whole why was freedom. I was a cocktail waitress. I worked a graveyard at a casino for 10 hours a night, running around in high heels and all this stuff. And being a mom, to me it was just freedom. I didn't have any time. I was working full time. I was, basically in survival mode a lot of the time and just putting food on the table and things like that. So, being able to work full time from home has really just been like my goal. It's been, that was my ultimate goal, was just to be home with them. It wasn't even really the money or anything. It was the freedom, because I felt like I had no control of my life. So, being able to work from home, it's just awesome. I get to go wherever I want. I actually just got back from a 3-week trip. I didn't have to ask a boss. I didn't have to do anything. I just said, okay, we're going. We packed up the kids and left, and I'm able to, go to parent-teacher conferences. Actually, I remember missing a parent-teacher conference because I didn't sleep. If I didn't sleep, I couldn't function. I couldn't go to work because I worked at Graves. So, all of these things that I was missing, being able to take my kids to karate lessons and things like that, those were not options for me. So that's what actually owning a home business and being able to be home full time has really allowed me to do.
That's awesome. I love the part that you just came back from a long road trip with your kids. I mean, the bonding time in the car, that must have been great.
Um,
It's a great memory anyway, right?
yeah, the bonding time. Actually, that's what DVD players are for. I made sure my car had one when I bought it. No, it was fun. It was really fun. But, on my trip, I was actually visiting family, and I'm the only entrepreneur in my family, Roxanne. I'm like the only entrepreneur. So I've changed a lot. There was a huge gap, between my siblings, my mom, and everybody in my family. Like, it just was a huge gap because I've grown as a person. I've grown as an entrepreneur. I have a lot different mindset, whereas they are, go to work from 9 to 5. They didn't even necessarily agree with what I was doing when I started.
Yeah.
So it was a completely different scenario because my family's in Michigan and I live in Florida and I'm in a bubble. I live on an acre and like on an island. I am on an island. So it was different, Roxana. It was really different to visit that and the different mindset. It was almost like I couldn't wait to come back. Just because it is different, but it's good to see where I came from, and look back to where I really started, I really didn't have a mindset. I had the same mindset as them 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So growing in that direction was definitely a huge plus, I guess, for me, but just different to be with them.
What advice would you give people who are at that beginning point where there's something inside of them that's pulling them into this industry? They know they want it, but they don't have a social support system with the people in their world. What advice would you give them?
I would give them plug into this community. That's really like it was, especially for me in the beginning, I was like my lifeline,
Yeah.
and eventually like you'll have teammates and people that, your upline and things like that think similar to you. But I really do seclude myself. Roxana, and just you are doing some traveling too. I don't get out of the house, I think, that much to really realize that there's a lot of
Yeah.
negativity, except for like we go out to eat a lot and we'll go over to the port and I do my grocery shopping and things like that. But to really get out of the house for that long of a time, it's just, you really don't want to surround yourself too much with a lot of the garbage that's out there, I think, but really just plugging into the community and surrounding yourself with successful people that are on the same path as you, in the MLSP community is definitely going to really, really help you, and
Yeah.
push you forward, I think.
And as a team leader, what do you do? You know, how do you train people on your team to become leaders?
Well, actually,
How are they doing?
I think a lot of that has to do with growth. I know for me, like, I remember my upline trying to train me and all this stuff. I think a lot of that has to do with time, just putting some time on your business and some time, and it's actually like skills that are acquired over time. I don't
Yeah.
think that, I mean, you can go, to leadership training and all these things, and there's lots of great things that you can learn, but I found for myself that as much as I plug into that, a lot of it has just been time. It's taken time for me to grow that way. But as far as for my team, jumping into leadership, I mean, we do hangouts together. They come on with me. We do training together and things like that. And I really work with them as far as, one-on-one on the phone. And a lot of the times it's mindset that they just need
Mhm.
a little, I wouldn't call it correction, but just a chat, and just really how leaders think. But also, I give them resources and things like that that they can actually get in their back office at MLSP. So they have a whole team training and resource center that they can plug into back there that I've created.
Yeah, that's really cool. I remember you saying that you have sort of a getting started program, a whole bunch of different videos or something. That's
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah, I did that actually for a previous organization. We had a 7-day quick start. I'm not with that company anymore, but I created like a 7-day quick start, like, just letting them every day so that they have that extra push because I think sometimes people they forget, you know what I mean? Or they'll join something and like the passion just kind of goes away or whatever. So this is just something that keeps them motivated and pumped up and things like that. But as far as for my MLSP team, they have I mean, I've got a whole library back there that I've
Mhm.
added things.
That's awesome. That is really, really great to hear that. I mean, I think that's the first time that we've heard that you have that, you know. We haven't, you know, that's just really great. So that's a huge asset for anybody who's um, looking to join a team or just wondering, you know, what kind of steps can I do to step into a leadership role? It's really all about just going for it and thinking about what it is that you want and creating that for everyone else, right?
Right, right, exactly, exactly. I think that's really important to have that extra added support, and we do that too. Like every week we have team hangouts and things like that. But
Mhm.
like I said, it is really about surrounding yourself, you know what I mean, with other like-minded people. So we do that on a weekly basis. Of course, I was gone for almost a month, so we haven't done it in a while.
That's great though. That's what summer's all about.
Yeah.
What what changed for you in your marketing? Because you were in a Miley System Pro just a few years, but
Mhm.
then you just shot up to L3 rank, and we invited you to be inside of the MMT marketers group. What did you tweak, or what did you change in your marketing that it made your numbers grow the way they did?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with consistency. I've been blogging for a long time, but really focusing because I think it just was, focusing on what I was doing and promoting MLSP and really signing people up into my business and things like that. Whereas I find myself, I'm a little ADD. I have a difficult time. I'm like, I was actually I notice it so much. Like sometimes I'm like, why are you off doing that? I'm like, whoa. So I really have to really, write in my journal every day, I've created a progress report so I can kind of go through and say, okay, this is what you did today. It actually makes me feel better. If I don't do it, then I feel like I'm out of whack, like I'm just all over the place. And I don't even know if I really believe in ADD, but I just know that, there's a lot of craziness on the internet and it's really, really easy to get off task, or start looking at this new thing that came in your email or whatever. So I literally have to turn off Skype. I have to turn off my email and really get down to the nitty gritty. So like, when I write an article or I write a blog post and I do a video, because I incorporate both of them, then, it takes a lot of focus, and having kids and things like that and a busy schedule, it can just be kind of like, you know. So those are just some things that I've really, really taken it upon myself to really be consistent with. when I'm, working, is to make sure that I have my journal and I'm making sure that I'm keeping track of what I'm getting done. That really has helped me a lot.
So some really solid self-management skills in
Yeah,
place.
yeah, exactly.
So video and blogging are kind of your main thing.
Yeah, they've been pretty much since, well, I started with Facebook.
Mhm.
And social media, to me, they just go hand in hand. Social
Yeah.
media, blogging, it just kind of all goes together. Video. So, I mean, sometimes it's like, well, what type of strategy to do? Well, I do blogging, I do video marketing, and I do social media.
Yeah.
Is that too many strategies? But I feel like they just kind of go together.
I think they go together. I think they
Yeah.
go together. And I think that I mean, video is, you just can't beat video. And blogging, you can always learn more and more to make it better and better. And then you just throw everything up on Facebook and everyone there sees it. I think it's a great do
Yeah.
tool.
I've found that bloggers learn the most. Really feel, because I've tried a lot of different strategies, but when I'm blogging and you're actually in a community with other bloggers and things like that, like I'm in a lot of communities on Facebook that are just bloggers and things like that, Google Plus. We just learn the most. We really do. We learn a lot, and it gives you a lot of inspiring ideas and things like that. So I really enjoy blogging, and I feel like a lot of the things I probably learned I wouldn't have if I wasn't blogging. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Very good. What advice do you give for the newbie MLSP person? People get really overwhelmed. Talk to them about what you would do if you had a brand new team member come in and they said to you, "I don't know what to do." What would you tell
I
them?
know it can be really overwhelming, and sometimes when you say that, I'm like, I feel overwhelmed now.
All the
I
time.
would
I mean,
say
there's a
just
lot of information.
there is, but the thing is that it's really broken down in your back office at MLSP, and sometimes I'm like, really, you're overwhelmed? I think what overwhelms people is they don't have a long-term vision. Like they don't see, they're looking too far ahead into the future. Like they're looking way too far ahead at it all instead of just looking at it, okay, baby steps. What do we have in front of us today? What do we need to do today? So if there's anything I could tell somebody to do, it would just be to go through the getting started section. Don't think too far ahead, because that's actually, like, I think a lot of the times my success is because I just didn't think too far ahead. I just did it. I just
Yeah,
got to work. You know
yeah,
what I mean? So I'm not somebody who just thinks it gets overwhelmed like that, because I just think of, okay, what's the task in front of me? What do I need to do today to move my business forward, rather than, oh, I've got, like if I were to think when I started, I've got, over 2 years to make it to MMT. Would I really, you know what I mean? Would I wanted to get there?
yeah.
So I
Because
think
you
don't
know,
think too far ahead, and
that's
think of it as, what do I need to do today to move my business forward? So think about it, going through the getting started section,
yeah,
picking a strategy, whether it be blogging or whatever it is. There's a lot of great courses back there, but really, um, you know, just picking one and then going through the training and then getting yourself a course. There's lots of courses back there. I would just did a call on it. I tell people to consider it like their major. It's your
yeah,
major.
yeah,
So if you get the Tube Traffic Mojo, or if you get, SEO or predatory SEO or whatever it is that you get, consider that your major, just like if you were in college. So you get that course and then you plug in and you get focused and you get down and dirty.
yeah,
That's what you do.
yeah. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. So, how can people find you out there on the web? What is your blog address?
It is aprilmarietucker.com, just my name.
AprilMarieTucker.com.
Yeah.
Again, April, congratulations and thank you for your time. Do you have any words of advice or parting thoughts that you want to give out to this awesome MLSP community?
I just, and I think we said this on a webinar before, follow the yellow brick road. I'm telling you, MLSP is so amazing. It's an amazing community, and everything you need is in your back office underneath the hood of MLSP to succeed in your business. Don't get all caught up in all the, craziness out there in internet land, and just stay focused and you'll get it done. You'll get there sooner or later.
Excellent. AprilMarieTucker.com. Congratulations. July Member of the Month. We love having you with us. We love, you're an asset to the team. You always provide incredible training and feedback. And so anyway, congratulations and thank you for being part of MLSP. We love you.
Thank you, Roxanne. I love you too. I love MLSP. Y'all rock.